Okay, so here's an installation video on our VoltMount screen for the Porsche 987, 997 generation of cars. So this is what used to be in there and this is what goes in. So let me take you through the whole process of installing it. I've taken it out to make it easier to show you how to take this out, and will make it a lot easier for you to understand. So first things first, there are two of these plastic carpeted trim panels that go by your foot. So these are T27, T30, a T27 most likely. So T27 Torx, and that goes down here, and then you just put your T27 in, hopefully you can still see, and then that comes out. There's one either side of the footwell, so one there, and then you have two Torx bolts that hold this trim on here. One bolt here, one bolt here. They are T20s, so they come out. There's two either side, so one here, one on the passenger side. And then once you've done that, you these panels just pull out. So put one hand back, one in the front, and just pull it out, and then grab it here while still pushing here, and then that'll come out like that. Move that out of the way. Same with this one, and then that comes out quite easy. So I've got this installed, so let me take this out. So these lock in the same how the OEM unit locks in with these, but they're a lot easier because you won't need an Allen key. You have to feel around where the tabs are, push it in, and then that comes out. So let me take all of this out so that you can see how the original system connects. Okay, so that's the aftermarket unit out. That's how it'll go in, and I'll show you in a little bit how that goes in. So to take the stock unit out, so once this is pushed in, so on all four corners, so there's this corner, this corner, this corner, so this sticks out over here. So as you can see with my fingers going through, you'll need a size 5 Allen key, which you put in through the side here and into these holes, and you turn it counterclockwise, so it will be like that when it's in the car. So you put the bolt in, the Allen key in, quarter turn anti-clockwise, and that unlocks it. And then you need to do that on all four sides, and then that will push these tabs in, and then that will allow you to pull the unit out quite easy. And once that's out, just unplug. There'll be 4 connectors you need to unplug, 2 aerial plugs, and 2 connectors here. And then if you have a Bose system, you'll have an optical fiber, a fiber optic connector here. That needs to come out. And then just to install the screen, it's quite simple. It'll come like that. If these tabs are pushed in, just pull them out. That will help lock it in place better. And then the connectors you need to connect. So before putting any of this in, it comes with 2 USB cables, which I've located here. So if you can see, there's 1, there's 2. You can locate them anywhere you want. You could probably put them in the glove box, or if you get an extension cable, a USB extender, you can route it all the way under the transmission tunnel, and then it will come out. You can put it in here. And then these are the connectors for the USB. You also need to connect the GPS antenna, and there's a 4G antenna as well. So I've just stuck them at the back over here. So the GPS antenna needs to be stuck onto something plastic, so I've plugged in the GPS antenna up here, and the 4G antennas around there as well. And then you get these cables for it. So just stick them anywhere. They come with a sticky back sticker on it, so you can just peel it off and just stick it wherever you feel is best. That will go. Ideally somewhere towards the back, so it's not in the way when you put the screen in. And these are the connectors for those. So the one with the right angle is the GPS antenna, and the one with straight is the 4G antenna. It's a nice way of remembering which one goes where, because otherwise you get confused. And then I've also routed the mic that comes with it. So I've sent the mic all the way around under this dash, and it comes out over here. Or you could put them here, because this is where the OEM mic goes. So you can route it around and shove it under this cowling, which you need to take out 2 T20 screws again. And then this comes out. Currently we're fitting cruise control to this car, so that's why it's open already. So this comes out. You can shove the mic there if you feel the need, or just wherever you feel like locating it. And that's the mic wire. So you'll have 2 connectors that came out of the car, a yellow one and a black one. So use the black one for the radio connector. So this connector here, your radio antenna, goes into the black cable. And then this is how you wire up the connectors that come with the screen. So you'll have one main plug. You have to choose the correct one for your car. If you have a Bose system, this will be the connector, which also connects to the fiber optic box. And then to wire up the fiber optic box, that goes to the audio out from the screen. So that provides a low level input signal for the fiber optic box. If you don't have a Bose system, you don't need to do this, because you get power straight out the internal amplifier. And you connect your CAN bus box, so this reads the car's information. It will display some information over here, such as the radio stations or USB. So it's a bit more integrated into the car. This system also has fan control, so to keep this unit cool. It has an app on the system as well that you can control the speed if you need to. It's all automatic otherwise. So this connector goes here, The CAN bus connector goes here. Your reverse rear view input goes here, and then these connectors are for the 2 USB ports. So let's put this back in. So if you have an automatic car, you don't need to tap into this wire here, but if you have a manual car like this one here, then you need to tap into this reverse signal, which goes the brown wire that goes into the CAN bus box. So that's the reverse signal. So once you've wired in your rear view camera, this is the trigger wire. So I've used Wago connectors, so it's nice, simple, makes it easier when taking it out and putting it back in. And then the rear view input goes into here. So that's that connector. Now let's connect the aerial connector. That goes in like that. We'll put these last because the wires are a little bit short depending on where you locate them. Let's plug in the aerial connectors now. So the one that is straight goes to the 4G. So screw that in. And then the 90-degree one goes to the GPS location. There you go, make sure they're all nice and snug. So you've got good contact there. Now let's plug in the mic. There's your mic input. So the unit has a built-in mic, or you can use the external mic. There's an option inside the unit on choosing which one you want to use. And now let's plug in, so this is already plugged in, so now you'd want to plug in the optical box if you have the Bose system into the audio out from this harness. So white audio out to the audio in on the optical box, and red audio out to the red audio in on the optical box. So that's all those connected. If you want to put a SIM card in your car, this gives the car its own data connection, so I'll go in there. So that way you don't need to use apps, you don't need to hotspot your phone, but if you don't, you can always hotspot your phone. That gives it its own data connection. But if you do put a SIM card in, then you can use this unit as a tracker. So it will always have a data connection, so then like say a car gets stolen, being driven around, we'll have a data connection, you can track it. Okay, so now all that's left is to plug in all these connectors now. So the optical box, if you have a Bose system, these are the power wires. They go into this harness here. They only go one way, so you can't mess it up. There you go. That's all that. Now you need to plug in the USB wires. They all only go into one slot, so you can't mess them up either. There you go, that's all there, that's all there. So now when you're putting it back, I've neatened it up a little bit, but push everything out of the way. The optical box can go to the side. There's gaps on the side of these, so any bulky items you can just move out of the way. This plug, make sure everything's pushed in. And these tabs, make sure they line up with the grooves in the car. Make sure everything's pushed out of the way. There you go, all the tabs pushed in, lined up, everything's moved out of the way. Nothing's in the way. Something was in the way that time. There you go. That pushes in, locks in. That's installed. We can test it out now. Show you what it does, what it's like. So on boot up, because this has already got power to it, but let me show you what first boot up would look like normally. Let's restart the unit. You've got your Porsche logo. So this is the initial boot up, so this will be the first ever boot up. Got a nice Porsche animation. But this will only be your first initial boot up if the car's been parked a while, otherwise it boots up really quickly. So this is Carplay automatically launching, connecting with my car, with my phone. So that connects. Here's our MagSafe charging phone holder. Move that out of the way. So that's CarPlay. This is your home screen. This can all be customized how you want it. If you wanted it with a Porsche logo constantly on, you can do that. This is an app that has offline maps. So you have offline maps, so say you didn't have your phone died, you're in a location that doesn't have 4G connection, 5G connection. You've got maps built into the unit. It plays MP3s, MP4s. You can play videos. So my daughter was in the car earlier, she was watching a movie. You've got your music player. You can just copy a ton of songs onto the car just by itself, so you can have all the songs you ever want on here. So all these buttons work: skip tracks, play, pause, volume up, volume down. So I've got a few games installed on this. Control the fan, control like the equalizer settings, so you've got all of these adjustments you can play with to have the music just how you like it. It plays games. There's certain games you can play with a controller, and then you can just plug your controller in. So it's a PlayStation 4 controller I had lying around, so kids love it. So plug this in into one of the USB ports, and then that will control your games, racing games, puzzle games. You've got torque, so if you've got an OBD dongle that you can plug into your car, you'll have access to torque, so you can read your diagnostics information, reset ECUs, view live data. So that's a nice thing. There's many apps that do that, but torque's a good one. Units, let me take this off. The unit's really responsive. There's no lag. You can connect, there's a lot of add-ons you can do for this unit. You can plug in a tire pressure monitoring sensor. So this car didn't come with one from the factory. So you can retrofit it. Well, it'll be much easier to just, you can plug a unit into this and then this will read your tire pressure sensors, your tire pressures, and then it will display it up here. So it will display it here. I haven't installed it yet, but this is where it will display it. And then you've got dash cam. So if you want to install a dash cam, it'll record it and you can view it straight on this screen. So that can be for both front and rear view. So it's good for when you're driving, for insurance purposes. I mean, there's not much this screen can't do. Anything you'd want it to do, plus more than what the Porsche PCCM3 would do. So you're paying much less for this, and it does so much more. Looks great, looks OEM. Let me put these panels back in so you can see what it looks like. So how to fit these back in, you just line it up, click it back in. Same with this side, just line it up, click it back in, put the 2 bolts back in, 2 bolts back in, put the carpet panel back on, and then screw that back in, one either side, and that's it, that's installed. Like, the install is actually quite easy, it's nothing to worry about, can be done yourself. And yeah, to go CarPlay's there, so CarPlay will have all these apps, got Waze, so these are all the apps allowed from CarPlay, just so that you can see. So the radio shows up on the screen, so if I've got radio there, change the radio channels and that all shows up on the dash. Yeah, all these buttons work, buttons are great, sounds great, so all the way up you can hear it with the roof down. Yeah, navigation, music, radio, Bluetooth, back button. Yep, get yours from VoltMount.com. Any issues, we offer full technical support. We offer any issues with software, we'll help you, we'll guide you through it. We're always contactable, so yeah, hope you enjoy your screen. It's great upgrade to what was that. This stopped working. So just in comparison, it just looks so much better. You still have your tactile buttons. Yeah, hope that helps. Hope that shows you how to install it. Hope you get on easy. If you have any issues, feel free to contact us. But yeah, thanks for watching.